What's up, Starcraft fans? Almost every co-op commander in the game has their own version of static defense. Static defense, of course, counts as structures or units that are sieged that will hold an area and prevent the enemy from taking that spot. So we will compare the best versions of static defense in the game. We will use all the commanders who have a special variant of a static defense. For example, Raynor has extra armor and extra capacity bunkers and with strike turrets, so we'll use that. But we will not count static defense that are just nothing special and are just there to be different, or even just the standard versions of the static defense. For example, Artanis's photon cannons are regular and they will not be counted. Nova's static defense are railgun turrets, but in Nova's defense she has siege tanks and liberators, so we will count those. Alarak's defense is just regular cannons with overcharge, so it's not really that much available. It's all available every 90 seconds, so we will not count that. But I digress. First, we will go with Raynor. We will go no prestige. For my masteries, I'll go with research resource cost so that my upgrades are cheaper. I'll go with Hyperion cooldown. Actually, it's not relevant. I'll try to minimize the usage of top bars because the objective of this is to highlight the static defense. And finally, I'll have mech attack speed so that siege tanks will shoot faster. So we will be on Temple. The past objective of this game is to defend the temple in the center of the map from the enemy attack waves. So how I will rate these commanders is how well they can protect the temple. For example, if Raynor's static defense manages to keep the temple fully alive, it gets full points for that. If it takes a point of damage, it'll get some points deducted. If it gets to half health, it'll only be half the credit. And of course, if it's almost dead, then Raynor gets almost no points. And of course, survivability. Static defense is there to hold an area. It's no use if it dies. If you have to replace it over and over again, that calls into question just how effective that static defense is, since you have to keep rebuilding it. So without further ado, Raynor, Renegade Commander, Temple of the Past. Thank you to Notorious Thief for supporting me in the mobilization rate tier, and Darth, Lucinous Superior, and Shadow Archon, who are supporting me in the Pulse Cannon tier. And thank you to all my supporters on Patreon. We will use the Maguro version of the map so that we can set the enemy composition so that it's the same across everyone. Also the hybrid patterns, we need this to be the same. So the enemy for this series will be Roach and Ravagers and Ground Zerg. So we will want to have strong static defense that can also pack a punch to punch through the armored Zerg. So Raynor is a commander who needs lots and lots of money. He doesn't really have a hero unit that just stays on the field. He does have top bars in the form of the Hyperion and Duskwings, but most of his power comes from the things that he buys or things that he builds. So to get a lot of power out of Raynor, we need to have a lot of money, and to get a lot of money, we need a lot of workers who will harvest these blue crystals, which count as money. So that's what we use to buy stuff in the game. So my build for Raynor, I'll go up to 16 supply, and then I'll go to this expansion here. This is where I'll get even more minerals. I'll build a command center here so that I can start producing workers out of this command center and getting myself more money faster. So second command center is down. I will go up to 17 supply, and then I will start my orbital, or rather my barracks. The barracks will unlock the technology to upgrade the command center into the orbital command. The orbital command will allow me to drop mules on these patches. The mules will harvest faster than these regular workers. Barracks completes pretty quickly, and that will soon allow me to upgrade. And I've set an SCV here. This SCV will place the first static defense. So for the static defense, I will count the static defense that I lost via the enemy, but static defense that I salvage should not count towards the losses because it is salvaged after all. So there's no point in counting as we did not lose it, we just refunded it. So it's not technically lost. It was, think of it as unsieging a tank. You get the full value of the siege tank. You just move it from one location to another. We don't dock points for unsieging a tank. We dock points for losing a tank. So salvaging a bunker right here, which I filled with marines, and rebuilding it elsewhere will not count towards bunkers lost.
Coming for our base. Stay frosty.
Alright. First attack waves on the way. You can see roaches here.
Looks like we're fighting.
We'll start attacking this bunker. Meanwhile, I don't need to watch that. The command center here has completed its upgrade to an orbital. I have started another command center because the more command centers I have, the more minerals, and the more minerals, the more stuff. You can also see I've started some gases here. The gas will allow me to unlock higher tech units such as siege tanks and of course buy upgrades. The siege tanks are going to be key to my defense here because they do deal several tons of splash damage. So you can see I've salvaged this bunker here that will not count towards my lost bunkers. And these banshees meanwhile are dealing more damage to the rocks, and that will allow me to land this orbital command. I almost have enough gas to start my refinery, or my factory rather. The factory is the structure from which I will build tanks. You can see I now have 2 bunkers here. I've decided to defend at this spot in particular because if you see these smooth rocks under these roaches, these smooth rocks are the location where the Void Thrasher will spawn. The Void Thrasher will attack the temple. We do not want that. So as much as possible, we want to have the Void Thrasher target these bunkers instead of the temple. So yeah, with SCVs repairing, that's one amazing thing about these bunkers. You just repair them on the field and they don't need to wait for them to regen shields or health or anything. They just automatically get, or it just can be repaired by the SCVs. Third orbital has completed. I will use that to drop more mules. You can see these pods falling out of the sky containing these mules. Each trip of these guys will return 30 minerals. Fourth command center on the way. That will allow me to have lots and lots of mules. 6-minute attack wave is on the way. It is a ground hybrid.
Stay frosty. My adjutant's reporting
Siege tank has siege. How do I know it's ground hybrid? I said it. I said it's ground hybrid. I want every parameter, every condition of these tests, these games to be the same across each commander. Now you can see I'm upgrading building armor for Raynor's bunkers so that they survive for longer. Siege tanks meanwhile smashing these hybrids. The SCVs lost do not count toward units lost because they're just repair guys. They're not part of the static defense. So I don't think so. You can see I'm actually dropping marines here. I want to extend my defense out here at the 9-minute mark. At the 9-minute mark, the attacks will come from the sides. I will try to bypass our defenses and go straight for the temple. So I will try to deflect that by having these guys start also bunkers over here so that I won't have to fight them. See, I have 4 tanks over here. One of them is unsieged because I'm actually paying attention to this spot on the map. I'm building a bunker so that I can hide my marines inside so they can shoot without fear of reprisal. Meanwhile, tanks wailing away at these roaches. They're barely doing any damage to my bunkers, and even if they do, they just get quickly repaired.
A Void Thrasher is bombarding the temple. You must end its assault.
Thrasher, you can see it is targeting the bunker instead of temple. That is exactly what I want. You can see I now have a tank over here. I also started a couple of bunkers over here so I can man those against the attack wave. I have unloaded these bunkers over here because I don't quite have enough to have manned all 3 sides. So yeah, I unloaded the marines first. They have a little bit of damage on it because I stemmed the marines at the 6-minute attack wave so they can hold it off. You can see I have mules. So another benefit of the mules is that you can call them down to help with the repairs. The SCVs on their own might not be enough, so I supplemented the repair with mules. You can see these bunkers doing a fine job of just being in front and taking damage from the enemy. That is beautiful. That is incredible. Another bunker on the way. You can see these marines just waiting for the bunker to complete so they can walk inside. Attack wave has arrived. Unfortunately, the bunker was not able to, just barely not. The Hyperion is here to help, mostly in the form of this point defense drone. The point defense drone will prevent the enemy's attacks from connecting by literally intercepting the ammunition or the rounds as it makes its way across. Hyperion dropped another point defense drone here, but it is actually mostly taking the kills away from the static defense. That will dock points away from the static defense, so I kind of want to minimize that action if I want to improve Raynor's score in this comparison video or this comparison series. This is very well defended right now. 3 bunkers. This guy is not quite sieged though. I should probably siege that at some point. But the good news is this point defense drone is so far absorbing a lot of the firepower. You can see that I barely took any damage from that. The point defense drone is incredible at making me not take damage. You can see these guys getting intercepted by the point defense drones. They try their best to shoot, but they just can't get through my point defense drones unless we're talking about the roaches. Next wave will come through here, so I've already started reinforcing this area, adding bunkers, or adding marines to the bunkers and siege tanks. You can see these white rectangles in these bunkers. That indicates that the bunker is filled. If it's grayed out, it means the bunker is not filled. Each of these rectangles represents one guy in the bunker. You can see I'm starting to push my siege tank line, my static defense line, further forward because later on a void thrasher will appear in this spot and also this spot. So I want to smash that zone so that I can actually use my static defense to prevent the enemy from spawning void thrashers unmolested and just able to whack the temple. That is exactly the opposite of what I want. Banshees I've called down to help because I don't quite have enough. 2 bunkers and some tanks that will defeat the enemy, but it might not be able to tank enough damage. So I've moved these guys over here. You can see these guys getting in the bunker filling up. You can see these boxes indicating that the bunkers are indeed filled now. Siege tanks meanwhile continuously wailing away. I've built these 2 turrets over here so that the thrasher will aggro, will attack these 2 turrets instead of the temple. Again, if the thrasher is too far away from your static defense, it will just shoot the temple directly. We don't want that. Next attack wave will come from here. So you can see I'm already in the process of building up my static defense here. Guys loading straight into the bunker. And I have tanks transferring over to this spot to help beef up the defenses. Got more stuff coming in. And you can see that this area seems quite well defended. Siege tanks are just getting a position, just spacing them out sufficiently so that they don't all get shot by the same thing or the same corrosive bile probably. Adding more turrets to help fight the hybrid. So I'm aggroing these roaches over here. Attack wave flying in. Okay, that will be salvaged. We did not lose that. That is salvaged. So far I've salvaged 2 bunkers. 3 bunkers actually. Oh, 4 bunkers. And a turret. 4 bunkers and a turret. 5 bunkers. Or, yeah, 4 bunkers and 2 turrets. And now 4 bunkers and 3 turrets. Static defense just absorbing that attack wave. Static defense holds. Adding another bunker down here. I will soon salvage this bunker so that I can man this area. I want to have a larger surface area to engage the enemy with. That's why I'm actually rebuilding my line just beyond this area. It works fine for me. Thrasher is here. It is getting whacked by all my static defense.
attack.
Another bunker finished. And you can see 17 minutes in, I'm sitting pretty maxed out, getting +2 attack and +2 armor for my mech, and +2 attack for my bio.
Complete.
More tanks sieging up, just getting ready for the next wave. Just adding more and more of those siege tanks. See this tank wailing with this bonus.
Upgrade complete.
18-minute wave. Low will come through this side.
Base is under attack.
Okay. This is cancelled.
Hybrid detected.
So that's 5 bunkers.
Base is under attack.
Okay. Kind of gotta pause here to see what's actually getting destroyed. This one probably will be destroyed. Yeah, that is destroyed. I wasn't able to salvage that. So far I salvaged 5 bunkers and 2 turrets. Whacking these guys.
Think I'll call down the hot period.
Oh, 6 bunkers. This is the 6th salvaged bunker. There we go. 6 bunkers and 2 turrets. 7 bunkers and 2 turrets have been salvaged. 90-minute wave. You can see I'm shuffling over some siege tanks to help defend this area, because that is where the next attack wave will be. I will need to rebuild this whole line over here that has been destroyed by the attack wave. So I will need to replace those lost guys.
Base is under attack. Upgrade complete.
I appear just shooting those rocks for no reason. Adding more turrets. Adding more bunkers. And here they come. They just smash into my static defense line, and they just get sent back. Denied access.
Incoming.
Got an attack way over here.
My banshees are incoming.
I needed to augment my defenses with these banshees because the enemy spawned right on top of my guys. So that is unfortunate. Good news is this line holds strong. I will probably have to salvage this turret. Yes. So that's 6
Enemy drop pods.
6 turrets, or 6 bunkers and 4 turrets salvaged. 6 bunkers and 4 turrets salvaged. It is a bit unfortunate. I don't actually have enough energy for scans at this point, so I will not be able to see that one lurker lurking in the shadows.
Enemy
Very fitting name, would you say? Back these guys. Lurker has been destroyed. 7th bunker being salvaged. So that's 7 bunkers
drop pods.
and 4 turrets salvaged. Okay, salvaged 1. Okay, gotta pause that. Okay, that's 1, 2, 3, 10 bunkers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 plus 4, 9. So 10 bunkers and 9 turrets have been salvaged in
We
total.
have 2 more Zenith stones to address.
10 bunkers and 9 turrets. And I'm losing tanks too. And the enemy has made its way to my mineral line, so I will need to run over and defend that. The good news is the temple is still spotless. It will not be that having a mineral line attack does technically not deduct points, but it all depends on how well
We're almost
I continue to
finished here.
hold
Let's
against
show 'em
these
what we're
enemies.
made of.
Base is under
Attack wave on the way.
Multiple thrashers have emerged.
Okay,
from
that
the
is
void.
not being salvaged. Oh, that one was lost, I think. So I was able to salvage 10 bunkers, 9 turrets. This one I think is getting a heavier brunt. This lane's holding fine, but this lane is actually not doing so hot. I actually need to get to repairs on that. But again, these mules providing value by repairing stuff. Getting more tanks over here. And smash those guys. I have Marines running over to help shore up my defensive line. Again, 10 bunkers, 9 turrets have been salvaged. Ooh, that storm by the hybrid. Now that's gonna be painful. Got more guys here. I wonder how many more I salvage and cancel. I probably will cancel these bunkers. That doesn't seem like it doesn't seem like these guys will finish. 10 bunkers and 9. Do I cancel them or do I not? No, I don't cancel that. No cancel. Just lost. So that will actually count against bunkers.
Calling down an airstrike.
Because granted, it was my mistake, but them's the rules. Actually I did make up the rules, but it doesn't matter. It's that one was a cancel. So 11 bunkers and 9 turrets have been cancelled or salvaged.
Base is under attack.
Line continues to hold here. That is incredible.
Last zenith stone.
Base is under attack.
And this line holding just barely,
Upgrade.
not for long.
Upgrade complete.
The central attack wave eventually was able to overwhelm that, and I'm down to 152 supply. I do have SCVs on the repair that will help shore up that defensive line. I kind of hug the southern corner of the temple
Our allies
to
base
bait the enemy into attacking me. The enemy does shoot at my allies' mineral line, or you know, the AI's mineral line, the AI allies' mineral line. Now they're actually being distracted by my own production. That is absolutely fine. I am using this marine to kind of bait the enemy into my siege tanks. Going like this, hey, hey, attack me, attack me.
Preparation
But
complete. Our defenses have held and the temple
that
stands
is time, that is game, and that is this mission done. I have salvaged a total of 11 bunkers and 9 turrets. So let's check out the score screen. Alright, here we have the score screen. As I mentioned before, we will rate these based on damage percentage, percentage of temple health remaining, and survival. So damage wise, siege tanks actually did most of the work. We do count them as static defense because they are sieged and they are defense, so they are literally static defense. We will also add the turrets, 5.7%. We will also add the bunker, 2.2%. That was the bunkers themselves, and the marines inside added 50.8%. I probably dock 1%, or yeah, 1% off, because some of the marines were shooting outside the bunker, so that shouldn't count. I'll dock 1%. It's a rough estimate. So 87.9% of my damage in this game was done by my static defense. Temple health remaining, that is 100%. Fully survived, fully undamaged temple, and survival, that is where it's gonna be. It's gonna get rough for Raynor. So siege tanks, that is 58. Add, I probably wouldn't count marines because I probably should though, because I did produce them and I did have them as defense, and they were fighting mostly as defense, so yeah, let's have them. I will add the bunker, 37. The problem here is I don't know how many turrets I've actually constructed. That's gonna be a bit of a problem. You know what, let's not count those, because it's gonna be the same proportion anyway, roughly. Subtract the stuff I lost. That's 29 tanks. That's 52 marines. And 33 bunkers less the 11 that I salvaged. So that'll be 22 lost. All over 58, 70, 37. I was not able to actually. I was not able to add the numbers for the turrets because I literally don't have the info for that. If you guys know how to extract that info, please let me know so that I can produce that for you. So 37.6 survival rate, not great. So the total out of 10, actually let me do the math. That's 2 multiplied by 2. The points are here at the top row. So 2 points for damage, 4 points for temple health, and 3 points for survival. I guess I'll also add the like percentage. So that's 6.89 out of 10. Actually, it should be out of, oh no, it is out of 10. Yeah, it is out of 10. So Raynor's static defense so far is 6.89 out of 10. It is up to you guys. Now a poll will go up tomorrow asking you guys whether you like Raynor's static defense relative to other co-op commanders or whether you don't. Hope you enjoyed that. Thank you for watching. If you have an idea for it also, please leave that in a comment. Next week, Kerrigan. I'll see you guys then.